Okay, we're going to go over number 1. Says rewrite the sentence without the dangling modifier or dangling or misplaced modifier. So we're going to look at right here. This part right here that I'm going to highlight yellow needs to be in the front, or sorry, apparently I'm highlighting it pink, is going to be in the front of swinging. I'm going to draw a little arrow here so you can see it. Is going to be all the way over here. And you're going to put that in the front. Make sure to underline your W. 1, 2, 3. Underline that. Oops. And we're going to take this part out. You don't need the ing, so it should read, we watch the monkeys in the jungle swing through the trees. And that's your answer for number 1. So, for number 2, the connotation means the feeling behind the word. So, for humble, because I see that as a positive word, I went ahead and made that one a positive connotation. So I'm drawing in my little plus sign here. I'm going to make it bigger. I'm drawing in my plus sign because I think that is a positive word. For inferior, I feel like that's a negative word because if you're inferior, then you are below somebody. So I'm going to go ahead and do my little negative sign there. And then for ordinary, you're just plain Jane, and that makes me feel neutral. So you get a plain black dot there, sir. Okay. Number 3, moving on. After hearing about the widow's troubles, Barry knew she was innocent and agreed to take on her case. But the voicemail she left him did seem to have a secret, hidden meaning. It was one of the most cryptic messages he had ever received from a client. What does cryptic mean? Using our inference and context clues, what do we think cryptic meant? The answer, the actual answer to cryptic meant, let's do it in the thinner pen. So we're going to write it right here. Okay, there we go. To be puzzling or mysterious. And then it also could mean serving to conceal. Okay, sorry, that's a little off, guys. Okay, it's puzzling or mysterious. That's essentially the gist of it. Concealing something. So that's like kind of a secret code. Okay, number 4, synonym means the same. So secluded. Secluded means to be alone. So I'm going to highlight the right answer. If we want to be alone and we need it to be the same word, populated is a lot of people, depressed is being sad, friendly is a feeling, or an action. So our correct answer is going to be isolated. This is our correct answer here, isolated. Okay. Then number 5 says read for 20 minutes. Number 1 for Tuesday. Okay. Simplify the sentence by eliminating any wordiness or redundancy. Ooh, so we get to draw a nice little line through the ones that don't belong. So we have, he visited the cabin located in the mountains every winter in his life with his brother, who is now a doctor of medicine. Okay. Well, since we know it's every winter, we don't need of his life. So we're just going to go ahead and take that part out. We can keep the with. Sorry about that. Let's see. Of his life. We don't need that part. And then his brother who is now, we don't need is now. That's not important. he is a medical doctor. So the wordiness here needs to go away. So what our final product should be, let me get on the right spot, is, hang on, let me get, there we go. He visited, oh, sorry guys. He visited the mountains. Oh, backtrack. That was my bad. He visited the mysterious mountains with his brother, comma, who, and I'm going to go into this a little bit. Let's go down here. Is a medical, and then doctor. I'm going to put doc. You guys get it. Medical doctor. You don't need to write as much. I wrote really big, so that's why it's not fitting right now. Okay. Misspelled word. So let's go ahead, make sure everybody's got that written down. We're going to clear this so I have space. Okay, the misspelled word here. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and everybody can guess. But the answer is, let's do a highlight. Misspelled word is transferred. There it is, guys. Transferring. The correct way to spell transferring is making the wrong spelling the R's right here that we were missing. Okay. Next, number 3, underline the figure of speech. Okay. If we're going to underline, we're going to have to underline it. So I have given you directions to my house 1,000,000 times. The figure of speech is right here. Okay. Whoops, that's supposed to be red. Let's try that again. Okay, that's the figure of speech. Now we got to identify what is the type of figure of speech. If you wrote hyperbole, you would be correct. That is the correct. That's the correct figure of speech. And what does this sentence mean? What does the figure of speech mean? It means the person probably gave the person directions, gave the other person directions, and they forgot a lot. So, person, why isn't it going black again? So, the person, there we go, kept forgetting the directions. There we go. Okay. Next, number 5. I'm going to put it, oh, there we go. It just says, on a separate piece of paper, you're going to write a minimum of 500 words. Okay. Wednesdays. Let's scoot in a little. There we go. Wednesdays. Okay, okay, so we have preclude. We need our root and our affix. Pre means before or towards. Clude means to shut. So if we were going to do our own definition, we might say that we want to, I don't know, maybe like, I'm going to make this bigger so I can write on it. Maybe we can say our definition was going to be to shut before something, maybe. Shut before. I spelled before wrong, so ignore that. Oh, just check in with you guys. Wow, that is terrible. Let's go ahead and erase that. Never mind. Ignore my mess up. Shut before. There we go. So shut before. But the actual dictionary definition is, let me get to my spot here. To prevent something from happening, or to make it impossible. So let's do dot dot, our semicolon here, or to make impossible. Okay, it's to prevent something from happening, to make impossible. Okay, oh, ignore number 2. That's for this next week's homework, and I switched it and saved it wrong. So just ignore that. Well, we'll pretend that's not there. Which of the following has evolved? Well, since the word evolved means, sorry about that. Since the word evolved means to change over time, can fashion change over time? Yes. So we're going to say that one's right. Can bacteria change over time? Yes, it can. So that one is also correct. Can animals change over time? Yes, they can. Can computers change over time? With human help? Yes, they can. So everybody's a winner. Yay! Okay. If you picked any of those, you were right. Number 4, add commas. Where do we need the commas? We need them after the word, let's make this red. We're going to do it after the word crying hysterically, comma, right there. The young, frightened, whoa, where am I? The young, frightened boy was looking for his mother. Crying hysterically. The young, frightened boy was looking for his mother. I would put it after frightening. There we go. Okay. Choose an antonym for the following word. Hysteria. Hysteria means to be very upset and all over the place. So, what would be the opposite of being all over the place and crazy? If you chose calm, you were correct. Yay, it was calm. Good job. Okay, for Thursday, the last day. Select a word from Monday 2 that has the best connotation for the sentence. So we can choose from humble, inferior, or ordinary. The people appreciated the billionaire's success story because of his, I would go with humble. That makes the most sense. It's still red. Humble beginnings. Okay, next one. Identify the adjectives in the text below, if they are coordinate adjectives or not. Okay. Coordinate adjectives. Those are when there are two adjectives describing a single noun. So, the best thing to do is I'm going to go ahead and go with we should identify the nouns. So I'm going to put the nouns in red. And we've got day, that's a noun, okay? And hammock, that's a noun, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and switch colors here, and we're going to identify the adjectives, sorry. Okay, so difficult, that's a describing word. Taxing is a describing word. And that's about it. Yeah. So what we have to do now is we have to figure out, is it a coordinate adjective? And where should we put this? Where should we put this comma? Because if it's a coordinate adjective, we have to put a comma in it. And we've got two greens talking about the red. That means two adjectives talking about the red. So you need to put it right here in the middle. After the difficult, taxing day, I rested on the hammock. So that's your answer. We didn't have an NC this week. Woohoo! Yay us. Okay. Now we're going to go on to number 3. We're almost done. Okay, circle the definition that matches the word used in the sentence below. They were constant friends that helped each other during difficult times. Constant. So what does the word constant mean? Well, we know it's when something doesn't change and it stays the same. So let's go with number 1, an adjective, not changing without a pause, unending. They were constant friends. Is that an adjective? It is. Let's just look at the other ones just to be sure. Adjective, loyal, faithful, unwavering. This is true. It's describing what this word in this particular situation means, but it's not the definition of the word in general. And number 3, a noun. Well, that one's just off. We know right now, based on the fact that it says noun, that that's not even an option. So we have to decide, is it not changing without a pause, unending, loyal, faithful, or unwavering? Well, since they use the words loyal and faithful, I don't feel like that means constant. I'm going to go ahead and say number 1. That is a terrible circling right there. But number 1, this one right here, that would be the correct answer. Ooh, this one right here. Okay? Then it was read. And the last one, number 5, choose a matching analogy. So let's real quick decide, what is honor? Honor is got, let's see, a positive connotation. What about disgrace? A negative connotation? Good, so that means they're the opposite. We've learned something. We're just going to put OPP. So we've got opposites. And they both are regarding actions, okay? So, number 1, loyalty and trust. Is that a negative and a positive? No. We can even make that like a giant, like, red. Okay, ready? That's not it. Okay, B, hate and pain. Are those opposites? Is one of those a positive and one of those a negative? No. Okay. Or not 3, but C. Devious and shrewd. Are those the opposite? Devious, you could argue, is a positive, but do they mean the same thing? Do they connect in any way? Not really. So, now, genuine and artificial. Genuine is a positive. It means that it's real, and artificial is fake. So it's the exact opposites. So guess what? Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Okay, before you turn this in, you need to make sure your name is on it. And just for fun, we're going to go name on paper. Don't forget, so you get credit. You should have received the homework for today, and it is not due until Tuesday next week since we don't have school on Monday again. And that is all for today. Have a great class. Okay, bye guys.